Hi everyone, my name is Kathy Crampton. I'm the Head of Property Management for Blackshaw Corporate. Welcome to our most recent edition of our Landlord Update. Recently there has been a very strong legislative focus. In fact, there has been a strong lobbying by the Greens for there to be a rent freeze in Canberra for 2 years. Obviously, we are advocating very strongly against that and against further interference in the Canberra market. At this point, I'd like to point out it is lobbying, it is not yet legislation. But it is evident from the recent inflation figures that affordability has probably reached its peak, and this also relates to massive rent increases. Our advice is, where applicable and where you have a good tenant in place, it may be more prudent to apply the CPI increases that are inbuilt into the legislation as opposed to seeking massive increases in rent. And this brings us to a piece of support that may be available to tenants, and that is a government advocacy called the Rent Relief Fund. So where tenants are in need, we can refer them to this fund, and there are criteria, but it may be that they're able to garner some support if they're experiencing hardship. On your behalf, we can offer this as a facility. Sometimes it can look good for you too if we are unfortunately needing to pursue tenants through the ACAT system. Again, on the legislative front, the upcoming swimming pool legislation comes into effect in May of this year. I have attached a link for your benefit to read it in full, but in essence it focuses on updating swimming pool barriers and gate lockings. It may not apply to all tenancies, but certainly it's an important piece of legislation to be aware of. And finally, there is some potential upcoming legislation for our New South Wales clients, and this relates to the removal of the no grounds eviction. What that means is that potentially you will be unable to advise tenants that they are to finish their tenancy at the end of a lease for no reason. Now, this is not yet legislated, but it is strongly proposed, and it is already in place in many other states across Australia. So we anticipate it is possible that this will become legislation in due course. Please don't be concerned about this. Typically, there are specific grounds that are given for clients to be able to end the tenancy for reasons that are specific to them, such as the end of a fixed term contract. If it becomes legislated, we will certainly bring more information to you, and as always, we will work on your behalf. So thank you again for your partnership with the Blackshaw Group, and we wish you a very happy April.